What's going on, guys? Bet Records back with another NFL video. This week, we're going to be looking at the Week 13 matchups, starting with a Thursday night game between the Bills and the Patriots and going all the way until Monday night. Hopefully, everyone had a great Thanksgiving. We had a bunch of great games as well. Probably some of the best Thanksgiving games we've had in a long time, at least that I've seen personally. But nonetheless, let's kick to it. Season feels like it's towards the end already. Once we hit week one, you guys probably feel the same way. We just kind of keep rolling and goes pretty quick. But nonetheless, let's dive right into this Thursday night matchup. Should be a great one between the Bills playing at New England against the Patriots here. I have to lean the Bills unless the weather changes. So unless the weather is, unless they get a bunch of snow or a lot of wind that day, as long as Josh Allen can throw the ball, I think that the Bills should be winning this one. Maybe by touchdown, maybe by a field goal. Against the spread, I would take Buffalo minus 4.5. I know the Patriots defense is nothing to undermine by any means, and there's no way I can even give Bill Belichick, a hard time or, discredit them by any means on either side of the ball. But nonetheless, Bills should statistically have the better team on both sides, offense and defensively. So we just have to go to the Bills and roll with the Bills on this one. Hopefully they move to 9-3 for Thursday night football. Moving on to the first slate of noon games here for Sunday, we got the Steelers at the Falcons. I'm gonna I don't want to say it's an upset because these are kind of both some weaker teams, I'll say. But nonetheless, I'm going to take the Steelers. I know they got some questions with running back situations with Najee Harris, but, Mike Tomlin always makes some kind of a run week 12, week 13 towards the end of the season, and Falcons are nothing to, call your friends about or nothing on either side of the ball. Again, maybe Patterson has a decent game, but with this Steelers defense, I think Pittsburgh can take this one away, even with Atlanta playing at home. So we're going to take the Steelers on this one, especially against the spread with the plus 1.5 there. Next matchup here for the slate are the Broncos at the Baltimore Ravens. Definitely have to go with the Ravens overall. The Broncos have a great passing defense. I'm pretty sure they're still ranked top 5 against the passing games so far this season still here, but Russ is just horrendous. The running back situation also horrendous. They got great wide receivers, but nonetheless, we got to go with Lamar Jackson overall. Against the spread, I may lean Denver just because this is a pretty big, difference here. In most of the Ravens games that they have been winning, as long as they can keep going in the fourth quarter, right, as we all have seen, it's been fairly close, I'll say. So we're going to go with the Ravens overall. Might want to take a closer look at that spread for that one there. But nonetheless, the next game up here, we got the 4-8 Packers at the 3-9 Bears. Both teams trying to get a win to hopefully get into a championship for this division. Looks like the Vikings are definitely going to take this one home. But nonetheless, we got, a couple weeks in here and anything's possible. So with this one, though, we know Aaron Rodgers is going to play. Last I saw, at least, he should be playing, but I think he will play because we all know he loves playing in Chicago, right? I think Aaron Rodgers is going to own the Bears again this week. I think Watson at least gets a touchdown, if not 2, maybe 3 again, as he has been getting the past couple of weeks. If Justin Fields does play, the Bears have a great chance to, win this one. I think it'll be a close game nonetheless. One of the teams winning by 3 points. But if everyone is trending in the same direction that I'm predicting so far, at least, we're gonna go with the Packers and have Aaron Rodgers. He'll probably rush for another touchdown. I'm pretty sure he did that last year as well, and that's where the whole "I own you" thing came from. So we're gonna just take the Packers in this one. Think Rodgers can pull that one out. This matchup here, I hate to say it might be a close one, but even the spread kind of agrees here. I do want to take the Lions at home. I have a lot of kind of concerns with, their defense letting up a lot of points. They have trended a little bit better within their past couple games after their bye week as well, though, on the defensive side of the ball. So that's a good sign, at least for us. Jacksonville, Trevor Lawrence should have a great field day. He's got some great wide receiving options with Kirk as well as Zay Jones, I believe, as well, who has been a trending target for waivers this week for fantasy football. I just want to take the Lions. They got the great dual threat of Williams and Swift on the backfield there. One of those guys should get a touchdown. I would lean Williams for a touchdown this week as well if we're looking into some player props for this week here. I think it's going to be a close game. I think Detroit may be able to squeak this one through at home, though. So we're going to roll with them on this one here. Next matchup up, everyone's going to have their eyes on this one. It'll be the Browns at the Texans here. Browns are supposed to win by 7.5 points. I think I should take them against the spread. I'll definitely be taking them overall in this one. I think we can all agree we want to see Deshaun Watson fail in his first week back, especially against his old team, right? Just because of all the background noise kind of happening with him. But nonetheless, I think Nick Chubb is going to have a field day. We still got Amari Cooper out there. He's been killing it. Top 15, if not top 10 wide receiver for fantasy football, at least here. Going to be a great option for Deshaun Watson. Once he kind of gets acclimated in this offense, and especially next season, they should be, a top 5-10 maybe team. Not really sure how game one is going to go for Deshaun, but nonetheless, we have to take the Browns overall in this one, and I will be leaning towards them against the spread as well for this week here. Houston, we just know. I mean, they've only got one win, and they had the one tie in week one against the Colts, so. They're not doing very much for us to want to pick them or even play Damian Pierce in fantasy football. We'll be honest here. Next matchup here for the Sunday slate, the noon slate, we got the Jets at the Minnesota Vikings, another home game for the Vikings. I believe this is their third home game in a row. I do worry about the passing game with Kirk Cousins and throwing all over Sauce Gardner. I don't think that JJ will have a big game unless we see something like Buffalo again, where we just chuck it to him, and I don't care if there's 2-3 guys right standing around him. We know he can make these great catches, as we saw twice in that game and a couple more on Thanksgiving as well. So I think I will pick the Vikings overall, and I think I would pick them against the spread as well. It's only 3 points, only have to win by a field goal. I know the Vikings in the field goal kind of sector. Yeah, we're a little iffy there still, but nonetheless, this should be a close game. We should see how the new quarterback does for the Jets as well, unless I should say I haven't heard Zach Wilson making a return as of yet. So we'll want to watch this game, and it should be a good matchup as well. So, but again, nonetheless, I'm going to lean the Vikings in this one. Hopefully they can continue that at home. Next matchup here for the noon slate, we got the 7-5 Commanders at the 7-4 Giants here. Normally I would lean the Giants, but the Commanders have been on a roll, man. I tell you what, I don't know if it's the Brian Robinson story, if it's the Taylor Heineke story. We just got a lot of underdogs that have been just making a name for themselves. The coach, can't remember, is it Ron Rivera? I believe it is. They're all trying to make an impact nonetheless. They got some defensive players back. Started last week, and they should be eligible to play and healthy, I should say, to play again this week. We got Saquon on the Giants. I get that, but Commanders are top 5 against the run, I believe, for defense so far in this season. Saquon has a great opportunity to make some, great either screen plays or, some good rushing chances, let's just say, right, in this matchup. But I think I have to lean Washington. I think they should cover the spread as well and win by a field goal at the least. So I'm going to go Commanders on this one. Moving right along to the last noon slate game here, we got the Tennessee Titans at the Philadelphia Eagles, who are 10-1. This should be another close game, and I hate to say it, the Eagles have kind of fallen off their high horse here, but I think they can still win the spread here. I know we got some Derrick Henry, he should have a monster game again this week. Eagles have been pretty good against the run overall, but it's still Derrick Henry. He's a beast. He's a monster, right? So in this one, as long as Jalen Hurts is able to throw the ball with weather, conditions, as long as we have, everyone healthy on that side of the field there, I think the Eagles should be okay in winning this one overall, especially against the spread as well for this week. Moving right along to the 3:00 games here, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Los Angeles Rams. Definitely have to take the Seahawks overall here. I don't think I've heard anything about Stafford returning at this point. For week 13, the running back situation is horrendous. Cooper Kupp's still out as well for the Rams. Their defense was supposed to be good, but here they are sitting at 3-8. So I think Geno Smith is going to work some magic against this defense. Kenneth Walker, we'll see how he does against that front line of Aaron Donald and others. But nonetheless, I think it's always a lean for me to say Lockett or Metcalf for the touchdown. Lockett's just been awesome this year and has performed much better than Metcalf season long. I'm going to say Ty Lockett has a big day as well. Probably gets in the end zone for this week here. Moving right along to the next slate of games, we got the 3:00 games. We got the Dolphins at the 49ers here. This is going to be another great game. A lot of great matchups, even as we kind of, look ahead here. But nonetheless, sticking with this one, I have to take the 49ers at home. This may be the upset of the week for me personally. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Do you think Tua can pull this one out against the 49ers? The only reason why I'm picking the 49ers is, of course, I got to give them the edge since they're at home. We have the Elijah Mitchell injury. We have the Christian McCaffrey question marks at running back. But, with that offense and kind of their playbook and all these different screenplays and let's run Debo in the backfield, right? I think we just have to lean San Francisco and hope that the 49ers will stop some of Tua's passes this week. This will be a tough week to, have a lot of confidence with Tyreek Hill or even Jalen Waddle performing, over 100 yards in this game. We're going to kind of see how this one plays out. Tua has not had a great matchup against a great, top performing defense since his injury return. So this is going to be a good test for him and his offense to see if they're the real deal or not. So I'm going to go with 49ers at home for this one, see how that one plays out. Another great matchup here, the Chiefs at the Bengals here. I have to lean the Chiefs. They're just the better team on offense with Mahomes. I can't go against them. I can't. Jamar Chase should be back, however, for the Bengals. Joe Mixon is trending a return for week 13 here, but something definitely to monitor. Both defenses are nothing, crazy or wild against the passing nor the rush. So this will be a good and high scoring game. I wonder what the over is for this one. That would be something to look at. Nonetheless, I'm going to go Kansas City. I just got to put my faith in Patrick Mahomes, even on the road. We're going to send it there for this week here. Last 3:00 slate game here. We got the Chargers at the Raiders. I have to go with the Chargers. Both teams are, I'll say it. Both teams have been really disappointing, at least in this point in the season. Chargers are a little bit over 500. We can see being 6-5, but, in this one, we're hoping Mike Williams does make his return. Keenan Allen, we already got him back. Austin Eckler should have a great game, especially against this Raiders defense, which is, pretty lackluster to say the least here. Derek Carr and Devontae Adams should have a decent game. Nonetheless, I'm going to take Chargers against the spread and overall as well this week. We'll see how this one plays out on the road for him. Final matchup for Sunday here, the 7:00 game, the Sunday Night Football game. We got the Colts at the Dallas Cowboys. We definitely have to take the Cowboys overall in this one. That's a no-brainer. Matt Ryan came back and, we didn't see it. We didn't see anything that we liked a ton, honestly, from last night. It was still the same old Colts, both sides of the ball there. Amon-Ra St. Brown is on Detroit. It's Pittman. I believe he got 6 or 7 catches last week, if I remember correctly. He got over 6, I believe. So looking at the receiving props for that one, they should be down all game. So maybe some of those receivers may have an opportunity to overperform in a pass-heavy game, as we hope. Jonathan Taylor might not have a good game this week. They got a great front line for the Cowboys. Their rushing defense is about average. So we'll see how JT does this week. I'll take the Cowboys over, especially against the spread as well, especially at home. I'll definitely take them for this one. And the final game for this week is a Monday night snoozer. We got the Saints at the Bucks here. Both teams just hovering around 500. Saints a little less, Bucks a little bit more. I will have to lean the Bucks at home there, just because we got Tom Brady and they're at home. I hate to say it. Saints, I know they got Kamara, but that Bucks defense should be shutting them down fairly decently this week. Saints, we got Olave on the other side. Dalton should probably still play again. Nothing really crazy happening for the Saints on that end there. I know the Bucks, we got some concerns with Fournette splitting time with their secondary running back there as well, and Rashad White. Even if it's a 50-50 split there, I think either guy is okay to perform this week. For DFS formats, definitely take a closer look towards Sunday, Saturday, see how those guys are practicing. But nonetheless, I'm going to take the Bucks overall. Against the spread, this one's a toss-up. I'll just say it right now. This one's a toss-up. Could go either way. I'm just going to lean Bucks, and I'll take them over the spread as well. If they can get a touchdown, to kind of boost them ahead, they'll be just sitting pretty for this one. So That is going to be it for the Week 13 NFL Pick'em games. Let me know again what you guys think of my favorite matchup this week, which is the Dolphins and the 49ers. Do you think Tua and Hill and Waller are going to have a great game? I know Mostert is pretty questionable as well for this week, so we got a lot of question marks on both sides for the running back game. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think for this one. Thanks again for tuning in as always. If you're not following already, make sure you do. We got these coming every single week. We got some NFL props on Prize Picks coming every single week as well on our Instagram at bet_records, so make sure you're checking that out. Thanks again, like I said, as always, for tuning in. We'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace out.